Welcome, beautiful Aries, to your July 2020 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Or if you'd like to keep it out of the public forum, please just email me and I'll be happy to respond via email. Now, if you want an extended reading on this month's reading, I do sell those as well, and I do offer private readings as well. So just see the details. Just email me if you're interested in any of those options. But let's get into your July reading. Now, I'm see that this month is very significant for you, and there is a lot of emotion going on for you in July, and it's a very emotional month. And you are starting out with the King of Swords as the first card. Now, the King of Swords has been coming out for so many other signs, and it must be just the message that some of us are really needing to perhaps just get a little bit of advice, or it is that somebody perhaps might need your advice as well. So a lot of us are sort of reaching out this month. But the King of Swords is tells you that you've really got to feel confident to speak your truth as well, knowing that there are going to be other people that are really going to benefit from your insight and from what you've learned and your wisdom. Now, the King of Swords is also represents an air sign, so that is a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarian. And normally I would read this card as a Gemini, but I always say it's not about the star sign, it's about the character of the person. So this is somebody who's very intellectual, quite brilliant. They're an excellent communicator. They are great at mediating any disputes. And if you need to know anything intellectual, just go to this person. They're really good in terms of being in a career-related area. So if you've got things about your career that you're needing to discuss or talk about, this person would be a really great person that can help you through as well. They're very logical, and you can really rely on the information that they're giving you. Now, July sees you in a position where you have so many choices in front of you. You really can go and choose. It's like you're kind of spoiled for choice. And sometimes what the Seven of Cups tells us is you have so much to choose from that you sometimes can't make a choice. And that sort of it leaves you kind of not being able to move forward because you are stuck in a position where, what do I do? But, this card's kind of really asking you to look inside you and find what it is that you really want to do and you really want to pursue, because otherwise you're just procrastinating. You're not wanting to go on to that next level. Now, also, the Seven of Cups can talk about an addiction as well. It can kind of talk about addiction, and so if the question's got something to do with dependency or any sort of unhealthy behaviour that you might be kind of falling back into, it could be that there are things that are happening in your life that are making you fall back into those patterns. Alternatively, you have been through this situation and you are absolutely getting out of it. And this is taking a lot of strength from you. You are this month pulling through that strength card, pulling that energy and what it takes to actually make the decision to, get what it is that you want to get this month. You are able to overcome any of the stuff in the Seven of Cups, any of that indecision, any of that perhaps bad choices that have been made in the past. And you are using your strength, your inner strength, to get what it is that you want. And this isn't a negative strength and getting what you want. This is using an inner strength where no one else is harmed. It's getting what you desire. And that is just, it's kind of so, it's weird to say, but it's really empowering. It gives you inner strength as well when you have the ability to overcome adversity and put your will into what it is that you want to, what it is that you want to see happen for yourself and in your life. And, it's also, the strength card asks you to let go of any judgment, not only of others, but of yourself as well. So anything that's happened that you are judging yourself, like anything that happened in the past and you are judging yourself on, just forgive yourself and stop the judgment. And I do see you've got the Eight of Cups there as well, and that is a card where you are kind of turning your back on a negative emotional situation, and it's allowing you to move forward. Now, you've got the Empress card, the nurturing, the mothering, the birth, the creator, the creation of life, the archetypal feminine, and you have that this month. And you know what? I normally only pull out one Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels card, but every time I shuffled, two cards kept coming out, and I'd go, just one message, please. And the last time I shuffled, two cards came out, and it was like, you know what? These two cards need to come out. And you have new love and nature. And the Empress card can often speak of that, a birth of something, a birth of a baby. And the baby is often metaphorical. It's like the birth of perhaps a new job or the birth of a new relationship. And that is like something that you have to nurture like a baby and make it grow. And I feel that July is really, for a lot of you, going to be the start of this new emotional relationship. And I do see that you've got the Two of Cups there as well. And this is that soulmate card where you meet that person that is your other half, your twin soul, so to speak. Not so much your soulmate. We have lots of soulmates in our life, but our twin soul, the one that was, when our soul was created, it split off, and we always, I guess, if you have a twin soul, not all of us have a twin soul, but when you find that twin soul, you fit together and you are one. And that is kind of the message of the Two of Cups. And with new love, if you don't find a relationship, I tell you what, it's happening very soon. The energy is getting put in place. And the Four of Wands, that is the marriage and settling down card as well. So there could be a Leo here for some of you, where you are getting into a relationship with and are settling down or getting married. Or you could know of a Leo as well that could be getting married and really making that last commitment. But I see that for you. I see strong, emotional, stable commitment in July. And Or, if this is what it is that you truly want, I feel like you are going to make that decision with the Seven of Cups, that we're filled with all of those decisions in front of us and we don't know which one to choose. And I feel like this is what you're going to choose. You're turning your back on whatever emotional issues that you had that, it kind of, the Eight of Cups, it kind of talks about that change is absolutely coming. And it indicates that the choice to go in another direction is you're just completely your own choice. And you're kind of feeling restless. And that sort of thing that fascinated you in the past, that it kind of doesn't entice you anymore, and you are turning your back on that, and you are yearning for something more meaningful, and you want to have a life that's filled with rewards and emotional rewards and spiritual satisfaction. So that life that perhaps some of you had, particularly if it's linked with the Seven of Cups, where it talks about having addictions and that sort of patterns, negative patterns in your life, you're turning your back on that and you are moving to a stable, loving relationship with that wonderful twin soul. Now, you've got the Seven of Cups there as well, and the Seven of Cups again talks about being sometimes doing and things that you think are wise, but they're not the smartest of choices. And the path that you're on might not necessarily be the one that you're meant to be on. And you might even be unaware that but I don't feel like you are unaware. I kind of feel like you're very in tune with yourself, and you are Aries. You've got that passion, you've got that fire in you, you've got that drive, and you guys know what it is that makes you happy and makes you feel good. And yeah, in July, I kind of feel like, you're going to come to the realization that the path you're on isn't the one that you're meant to be on. And, again, leading you into those choices. What direction am I going to go in? You have the world in front of you. You have so many options. You really are in a great position. And I see this sort of coming to the forefront in July. And you really sort of, I'm just kind of trying to put it in words. Sometimes the Seven of Cups is we haven't been focusing on the right things, and the Seven of Cups is a way of sort of telling you this and helping you to perhaps focus on what it is that you really do want to do. And in July, I see that strength in you. I see that you kind of have that realization. You are aware. You're turning your back on that emotional hardship and whatever it is that's holding you back, and you're starting something new, and you are, moving in that wonderful direction. And for some of you, there is absolutely new love. And this is what turning your back on that emotional and sort of painful stuff that happened to you, or those, difficult situations. By doing that, it has allowed you to move into that beautiful new position where you can accept new love in your life. And nature, it is a way. Now, you might even meet this new love out in nature, but the nature card is telling you that you need to go out in nature more. You need to connect. You are a fire sign, so you're out there, you know, your energy, your passion, you need to go out in nature and become grounded as well. And I just want to read out new love. So a new chapter in your life in your love life begins, whether it is with a new partner or rekindled love in a current relationship. Open your heart to a new infusion of divine love through a partner in your life. The angels are preparing you to be aware of new people entering your life, as a new mate may be unlike your previous partners. Be open to changes in your current relationships and don't cling tightly to ideas of how you think relationships should be. This is a time of wondrous changes in your love life, and you are asked to trust God and your guardian angels to work things out for your highest good. Changes in your love life will only be painful if you are rigid in your thoughts or behaviors. If you flow with the current of love, you'll find that old patterns of your love life wash away. They are rapidly replaced by new aspects that will delight you. Current relationships may end, or they may act as a transition into a new phase of passion and renewed love, or a new partner may enter your life, inspiring great happiness for you both. And I kind of see that really happening. And as I said, if it's not happening in July, it is certainly going to be happening within the next few months, or within till, you know, really, I've got a feeling that you had a really similar kind of reading, whether it was last month or a couple of months ago, I'm not sure, but there is someone there. And yeah, could be an air sign, could be a Leo, because the strength does talk about Leo. But you know, it's going to be your twin soul. So I hope you have a wonderful month, Aries, and I hope you tune in next month. Bye, love you.